Hello, everybody. Jessie Lucas here of Embodied Movement Training, and I'm back for another episode of Conscious Body Conversations. And one of the things I am loving about 2021 and loving about this series is that we're opening up new perspectives and angles on health, wellness, healing, presence, and just kind of human beingness. And one of the things that I got to experience was learning things that I didn't know about. And I consider myself pretty versed in the wellness world. And I met Sandy Townsend, who works in transference healing. And this was something that was new to me. But when she started sharing more of her journey and what she did with her work, it seemed so relevant. So we're talking like seventh dimension stuff. So in order for me not to butcher her journey and what she has to share, Sandy, thank you for taking some time to share your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience. I'm going to let you talk to us about transference healing.
Thank you, Jessie, and thank you for inviting me and allowing me to share what I do. So just to explain, I mostly work with spiritual women, but I also work quite a bit with children and once in a while men. And they mostly come for many reasons, but they basically, they come to heal different things. So it could be they come for relationship reasons or even career reasons. They come if they have physical problems. They also could be in overwhelm. They could have anxiety. So they come for many reasons, but the bottom line is they want to heal and feel more peaceful and happier in their life. So just to explain a little bit about my journey started 22 years ago when my son was in preschool. And one day another mother said to me, "You should learn Reiki." And this was in the 90s. I never even heard of Reiki, but I did take the class. And what happened was it just sent me down a rabbit hole. So from there, I started learning all different modalities. And then 10 years ago, I came across transference healing. And so I'm kind of stuck with transference healing. And the reason being is because transference healing is a combination of all healing modalities out there. And so it works on many levels in the body. And what I realized was I had something I needed to heal. And I believe everything has a purpose. So all the other things I learned really did support me, but I still wasn't getting to what I needed to heal. And I didn't even know what it was. So when I started transference healing, it actually helped me to open that up more and really learn what it was and really start that journey of healing it. And so that's why I stuck with it for those 10 years or the past 10 years. Just to explain a little bit, so transference healing, where it came from, it was channeled in from a woman named Alexis Cartwright, who lives in Australia. And she channeled it in, she started in 1992. And she was being told that from her guides and stuff, that it needed to come into the planet at this time because it's a very old healing modality that has been around for thousands of years, but it was taken off the planet because at one point, to explain, not to go too deep, but the earth actually got so heavy when we were in the third dimension, and we were in that for a very long time, that people, like even our bodies, got so heavy and so dense and this very masculine energy that it would be too much for our bodies at that time. So if it stayed on the planet, like it would be too much for her body. So it came off the planet. But what she was told, it needed to come back now, because before this happened, she was told there was going to be a shift. And so, and we needed this to support our bodies. And so that shift happened in 2012, and we went from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. And so the fifth dimension is much lighter, much more feminine. And so when that happened, and it started in 2012, and we just actually completed it in December of 2020, December 21st, 2020, the Earth completed that shift. So it took all that time from 2012 to 2020 to actually complete itself. And so our bodies now have to kind of catch up with the Earth. So Transference Healing was actually channeled in to help us at this time, because when that shift happened, and this was really as the completion happened in 2020, or something called our light bodies came in. Everybody received their light body. And so what the light body is our multi-dimensional self. It's the full spectrum of our multi-dimensional self. It's very crystalline, and it has a lot of coding in it. And so we need something to support this. And that is really what Transference Healing is, to really help us support. And this is also the reason that a lot of people are starting to connect more to different options that are out there, like the healing modalities. Like, people are waking up, and they're waking up because of this activation, more or less, that we received. She also, one of the things she was told was like our final frontier of this whole change was our health. So we needed something to maintain our health on a daily basis. Like, we really have to maintain our system, because there's so much light coming into our planet at this time. Like, we're being bombarded. So our energetic systems are really being affected. So we really need to constantly support ourselves. And so that's why Transference Healing came in. It's really a self-healing modality that you should learn. Until you do, you go to a practitioner, which I am a teacher, but also I train people. I am a practitioner, but I also train people. So that's really what it was brought in for, to help us during this whole change that's going on.
You said some really incredible things in everything you just said. So first of all, thank you for sharing not only the history, but, you know, parts of your journey as well. One of the things that I'm so sure of is that, you know, we are all waking up to a different level of awareness of our health, our self-care, our well-being, and we're all in different kind of places in that journey. But I can see so clearly, so many people have been, you know, the old sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they know that the old systems, whatever kind of tools they were turning to before, you know, either only got them so far or just really aren't cutting it. And I agree with you. There's this whole kind of openness and curiosity of looking for, you know, what really is going to be supportive. So I can only imagine folks who are hearing your story, some people are like eating this up. They're like, this is, you know, I knew I was onto something. This is exactly what I was looking for. So when we do wrap, I have a couple more things I want to talk about, but when we do wrap up, for those people, let's make sure you share your contact information so that they can learn more. For other people, I bet this is like, I don't know, this is kind of out there, but a couple of the things that you said. So I work in the really dense plane, right? My work is in movement of the physical body. I mean, it's right here. You can touch, you know, see, taste, smell, all of it. But some of the pieces that you just said about kind of you said the light body has a lot of coding in it and understanding the code. Well, one of the things that I talk about from the movement world is kind of understanding the code of your body's language of sensation. And I think that there's really something, and we live in a digital era. People understand, your computer, everything has code in it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there's something really wise and practical to just think about, if you're kind of a practical person like I am, to think about that, there's information within us, around us. And if we can kind of open ourselves up to know about it, and then to be able to decode it, and then have the tools to be able to deal with the information you have, that seems really, really intelligent. So I kind of wanted to connect some of those dots there. The other piece, and I'm seeing this in a theme in these conscious body conversations that I'm having, the other piece that really stood out to me from what you said is that this sounds like, really, at the heart of the matter, this is an empowering thing. When you learn this for yourself, you are master of yourself. You are master of your health. I love that we have other opportunities, other ways of really coming to understand ourselves, our health, our presence, our being, so that we take that control back. I love that. Am I right in kind of picking up that this is really, I mean, in plain human language, like an empowering thing to really take this back for yourself?
It's for self-healing and empowerment. It empowers you, like you're saying, like the work you do, Jessie, is really getting in touch with your body and starting to understand like what goes on with your body so you can help yourself. And so, yeah, transference healing is all about that, to really help you understand exactly what's going on with you so you can support yourself and heal yourself, and that way you become more and more empowered. It also works a lot with the ego and things like that, and the heart, and opens the heart. I mean, there's a lot of, it's not all woo woo. I mean, there's a lot of like logical things. When you get a healing, you actually get it on a more of a level for you to understand yourself more, and that was part of my healing. Like, I had to understand what was there that I had to heal for me to actually get to the point where I could heal it. Because if you don't know what you have to heal, you can't heal it. Like, you have to be aware of what's happening within yourself and within your body. So this really helps. Yeah. When I
think for a lot of people that,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dana. Go ahead. Finish that up. And I have a light bulb that just went off.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Ask me.
Well, so I think for a lot of people, awareness has almost become a buzzword, but there's nothing to put that awareness is. Like, we can talk about awareness, we can think about awareness, we can know awareness is important, but how do we actually apply awareness, implement awareness? And so it sounds like this is a way, to come to a healing with you and to learn this. It's a way to actually apply the awareness and then have something to do with it. Right. And I think that that's an important factor. We, talking about awareness and knowing it's important is not really going to do anything for you unless you can, use that wisely.
Right. Yeah. And the word embodiment, like you always see your program, that's a big word. Like, you really have to embody things and really ground them in and really understand at a very deep level to actually help yourself.
Well, I know we are just at the tip of the iceberg here, and then, the rest of what you have to give is the embodied piece, is the like the real stuff of it. So what, either is there something folks listening can take away, like a piece of the work that they can start to work through them, or if it's really like you got to peek behind the curtains in order to experience that, go ahead and share your contact info so people know where to find you to learn more, and then we will wrap this up for today.
Sure. So just a little tip. I mean, the greatest way to heal, and something transference healing is really a big part of it, is really we have to open our heart. And that is actually part of COVID is the true under part of it is we're learning to open our hearts, because you can't heal until you open the heart. So, and really, like we had said, understanding yourself, because I can only tell you, like, when we heal ourselves, it will ripple out. Like, it ripples out to our entire families, and it ripples out until like everybody on the planet. So, but it has to start with you. And it doesn't matter, like, whatever modality or whatever you want to do to help you along the way, like, people really should, whatever they feel they should use to move forward, they should really take the opportunity now, because it's really important to really start and open yourself up and start that process. And whether, it's like, whether it's what you're doing, starting with the physical body, I mean, that's a great place to start, or something more, what I do, but what I do, actually, people don't have to do much. If they just receive a healing, they're just sitting there for an hour and they take a nap, and I'm just putting the energy into them. But, and it's simple, and then they wake up and then they feel better. But, whatever means you want to, whatever route you go, just start to, in some way, to support yourself, however you feel you need it.
Absolutely. Activation. You said that earlier. It is time. It's time to just start, flip those switches, turn them on. Where can we find you, Sandy?
Sure. My website is diamondascension.net. And if you want to email me, you could just email me at sandy@diamondascension.net.
Awesome. We will include those links with the video. Sandy, thank you so much. I know this is such huge and deep and light work as well. Thank you for bringing us a little piece of it today. Thank you, everybody, for watching and opening your heart, hopefully, to receive this conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out Sandy's work if you want to learn more about my work in embodied movement, how to decode those sensations in your body to learn how to move with conscious body practices. You can find me at embodiedmovementtraining.com. And I hope you join us for the next episode. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sandy. Bye.
Thanks, Jessie.